my name is Vraie Cally Calthazaar. I am a presenter. I am also an entrepreneur and a student, and I am going to be featured on today's episode of Ask Me on Hi TV. So the first segment is called Actually Me, and well, we're going to see how this is going to go. Ask me.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
What is your guilty pleasure?
We're starting with tough questions, huh? Chocolate?
What is one lesson you wish you could teach yourself?
To be kinder to myself.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl. I will stay awake for as long as I'm required to, but mornings are really tough.
What is the best professional advice you've ever received?
I think the best advice, professional and both personal, is just to follow your instincts, and I think that's been the best advice I've received so far.
What is, in your opinion, the best way to run a meeting?
These questions. I guess as to treat everyone in the same space that you're working with in whatever context as equals, and I think that immediately ups everybody and makes it a far more inclusive space, whatever kind of work you're doing.
What is the hardest business challenge you ever confronted?
Money. Always when you're a company and you're a startup and you don't have massive financial backing, trying to get someone to give you a little bit of money to start up is always tough if you're looking at banks or even family. It's a little tough. Money is always a challenge.
What is a book that influenced your way of thinking?
I don't know if I can say that there is a particular book, but there's been a lot of academic writing that I've been reading because of the course that I'm doing at the moment, which is my master's, and I think that's useful, but I can't pinpoint anything at the moment.
What is an invention that you consider priceless?
An airplane?
What does a typical weekend look like for you?
Classes in the morning on Saturdays, and I'm only done at about 1 o'clock. And then the evening or the afternoon with the kids. And Sunday is usually a day for family. A lot of cooking on Sunday. Sundays is always about food. Every day is about food, but Sundays in particular.
What do you do and where do you go to detox?
I don't really go anywhere. I'm mostly at home. I probably go into the room and shut the door a little bit and pretend like my children and my husband and everybody else at home doesn't exist. So my room is where I go.
What is one concert you'd do anything to watch?
I guess a Bruno Mars concert.
When did you last get angry?
Yesterday, I think. I really try being conscious of my anger, but it's difficult. So yesterday.
Who is your guardian angel?
I had a friend called Mohan. He passed away a few years ago. I always think of him as if I were to ever have somebody kind of watching over me, or that concept of a guardian angel, it would be Mohan.
What are you allergic to?
This is a true story. I'm allergic to prawns, to crabs, to pineapple, and mostly all shellfish, a lot of canned food. So my life is quite limited in what I can eat. People think I'm just trying to be fancy and posh and say, I can't eat this because I have allergies. But the truth is, I haven't been able to eat it for like a good 20 years.
What is the word you say the most?
I don't think I'm allowed to say that on camera.
What is your pump-up beverage?
Thambili. I have a lot of it, quite often, like every day.
What is your bathroom jam?
I don't have bathroom jams. I don't know. I don't have any.
What is one trait you look for in a new employee?
I think honesty or loyalty is useful to have. And since someone to be sincere, I know you said one, I listed 3 already. Sorry.
Describe your lifestyle in one word.
Simple.
What is your go anywhere, do anything fantasy?
I always wanted to travel to Morocco, and I think that kind of still sticks, Morocco.
Rate your first boss on a scale of 1 to 10.
8.
What was your worst food experience?
I've eaten from really dodgy places for a very long time because I lived on my own, and for 10 years I didn't cook. So I had 3 meals from that were cooked by others. So 10 years of that, lot of dodgy experiences, a lot of bad experiences, but lots of really great experience. So I'm not complaining. I'm very thankful when there's food around, so I'm not complaining.
Where is your go-to holiday destination in Sri Lanka?
I do like Yala because of because of the animals. I think anything historical or anything with animals I like. So Yala is great. I liked Jaffna a lot when I traveled there.
What do you recognize as your building blocks?
I think my family, my education, and my perseverance. I don't even know if that's a correct kind of answer, but those things are my building blocks.
What is your definition of the word contentment?
Just being happy.
When was the last time you defined gravity?
When I went back to, when I decided that I wanted to go do a master's 6 months after having my baby. For me, that was near impossible in thinking that I could do it, but I did it. So, yeah.
Could you survive a day without your mobile phone?
It'll be hard. I probably can. Other people will think probably I can't. Like if you ask my husband, he'll be like, no, she can't. But I can. It'll be hard.
What is something you cannot stand?
Racism.
What do you do when you're angriest?
I vent. I call people and I vent and I say, so and so said this, or I saw this, or this is not right. I vent. I have to call people and vent. That's what I do when I'm angry.
Who is someone who realized the true potential in you?
I think I've been very fortunate to have a lot of friends and also ex-employees, employers rather, who've been that person to see that. So there's not one particular person, but there've been several people who've been very, very supportive of me.
What was your first vehicle?
I've never had a vehicle. My husband has a vehicle, but I have a fleet of trishaws. Not my own, but I consider them my own.
Who or what was your first love?
I don't think I want to say this. I was 14 and I was very in love with this boy who was from our neighborhood. And no, I can say Dilhan Hanan. Crap, I mean. He was my first love, yeah. That was more accurate.
Who is your style icon?
I think that's shifted over time. I don't think there's one person who I think is, but I think I find a lot of women who wear sari and carry it very gracefully to be quite beautiful. I think Gauri Ponnaya, every time I see her, I think she's beautiful. I don't know if she is a style icon in a traditional sense, but I think she's beautiful.
Extreme cold or extreme hot?
Extreme cold. That's easy because you can put things on to warm yourself, but if it's extreme hot, you can't take anything more than your skin off. So, extreme cold.
What is something that excites you?
Being around people who I think are going to make a difference, being around people who I think are going to make a change, that's really exciting. It's an exciting experience to be a part of. That was a lot scarier than I thought it was going to be, because when you're asked things and you have to immediately respond without having time to process it, it makes it very difficult. So some of those questions weren't as easy as you always think when you watch other people responding to things, that it's so easy that you'd know immediately. But yeah, obviously I didn't know a lot of things. And it took me a little while. It was quite interesting. I also made a small confession, which means I'm going to get into a lot of trouble at some point. Yeah, it's okay. Our second segment is called Who Am I? And I guess this is going to be a bit of a process of self-discovery. Let's see. When was Vraie Balthazar born? Okay, so I was born on the 10th of April, 1985. Who is Vraie Balthazar? That's an interesting question. Vraie Balthazar is, I think, many things over many years. So there were different things that I've been over the different points in time. I've been a presenter, which is I think what most people know of me, that I've been on television for about 10 years. I think some people still refer to me as being a model, which I don't really align myself with much anymore, because I've done a lot of commercials. So in that context, a model, not like ramp model. I think some people now see me as an activist, which I think I feel more aligned to at the moment. Some people see me as a mum, as someone who's very opinionated, so I could be all of those things. That is, all of those things is what I am. Where did Vraie Balthazar school? Methodist College. Does Vraie Balthazar have siblings? Yes, I do. I have a brother and a sister. My brother Chris is just a year younger than me, and I have a sister who is 7 years younger than me. Okay, so the last question is, what is Vraie Balthazar's dearest possession? I mean, it would be really sad if I said mobile phone at this point in time, but I think it just might be. It is my dearest possession at the moment because it's a thing that I use most often. I work on my mobile phone, so at the moment, although I don't want to sound really superficial in saying it, I guess it's my mobile phone for practical reasons. Who is Vraie Balthazar's backbone? I have a few really close, good friends who are very tight, and I think I kind of go to them for a lot of things. So I have mostly Tilini Pereira, if you're looking for a name. Tilini Pereira is my backbone. What is Vraie Balthazar's cutest thing in the world? What do I think is the cutest thing in the world? Again, my kids when they're nice to each other. What is Vraie Balthazar's favorite genre of music? I like 80s music. Yeah, I like 80s music. I also like a little bit of the classics. Is Vraie Balthazar psychic? I've made a few predictions over the last few years, and a few have been quite prophetic. So I don't know, maybe I am. What is Vraie Balthazar's vision? Okay, I have, I think, a few in line with the various things that are happening in my life. So my vision, well, for myself, I think I want to be happy. So everything I do, I want to make sure that it makes me happy. So is Vraie Balthazar a charismatic leader? Well, I sure hope so. That's all I'm going to say. I think I am, and I'd like to leave it at that. What was Vraie Balthazar's biggest corporate challenge? You know, I've not been in the corporate world for a very long time. I still am not. I chose to kind of work freelance with media. I did work in a design uni at one point in time, but again, corporate world I've been a little further away from, so I don't know. My biggest challenge, if at all, was trying to be a part of the corporate world, which I've never done very well in, so I've had very few challenges there. Does Vraie Balthazar believe in a power team? I don't even know what a power team means, so I guess that means no? No? What was Vraie Balthazar's first job? My first job, I was a fixer translator when I was 19, but when I was 16, I wanted some extra money and I worked as at one of these marketing research companies where you had to call people and ask them for their details and have them fill out like a questionnaire and a survey. And I did that for a few months to make some money when I was 16. So I don't remember if there was like a particular title, but that was my first job. What annoys Vraie Balthazar the most? No, but there are lots of things that kind of irk me, but I'm trying to be very conscious about how I respond to that. How does Vraie Balthazar spend her free time? At home in bed, like everyone should be spending their free time. How long has Vraie Balthazar been in the industry? So because it's different industries, I've been in the television industry, I was for 10 years, in the entertainment industry in general for 15. Makes me a little old. Is Vraie Balthazar emotional? Gosh, yeah, I think that's really easy. That's the easiest one to answer. Yes, absolutely. I'm a very emotional person. Has Vraie Balthazar ever been bullied? Once, and I distinctly remember I was about 19. But online bullying a lot. Far less in person, but online I've been bullied, but I don't know if we title it bullying or harassment. How does Vraie Balthazar react to stress? I'm very emotional, as I previously mentioned, so I sometimes cry. I sometimes get angry. What is Vraie Balthazar's worst habit? I have a really bad habit of not calling people back. I think other people will think that it's one of my worst habits. I have my phone on silent. It's been on silent since I had my baby. So for three years, it's been on silent. So I also don't have call waiting, which means you have to wait. You have to keep trying me till I answer. And that's probably one of my worst habits. Is Vraie Balthazar proud? No, that's definitely not something I am. Does Vraie Balthazar work out? No, unless you consider carrying around a 16-kilogram child and a 12-kilogram child around. I don't work out. I aspire to it. I think it's amazing to see other people do it, but I am not one of those people. Does Vraie Balthazar believe in fate? Yeah, in short, I do. I may not believe in like a higher power, but I believe that sometimes we're in the same place. How does Vraie Balthazar brainstorm? I'm a quite a visual person, so I carry like a notebook. I write a lot of things down. I kind of sketch it out. I draw things, and that's how I brainstorm. But I need to be in my own space at the time. I can't be in like a loud space and with around a lot of people. Although I'm quite, although I like being around people most of the time, when I'm kind of thinking, I need to be on my own and in my own space. What is my favorite fashion trend of all time? I don't know. I mean, considering that I have a degree in design, you think that I'd be more fashion conscious or fashion focused. But if I had like one thing that I had to pick out, it would probably be sari. What is Vraie Balthazar's forte? What is it? So this is another thing. Being a jack of all trades and master of none, I don't know what my forte is. I think there are a lot of things that I've been doing for a while. So there isn't something specific. I think there are lots of things that kind of encompass who I am. Where are Bribe Balthazar's parents from? Well, technically Colombo. My father was born in Hatton, but that's because they are from a planter's family. But Colombo, that's Colombo. Okay, so that segment wasn't as stressful as being asked things because I could take a little more time. I think the questions weren't as difficult also. I don't know, but it felt like it wasn't as difficult. So that wasn't so bad. Okay, so our last segment is called Never Have I Ever, and I have a board that says I have and I have never, and this is going to be possibly the scariest part of this interview, so for you, possibly the most entertaining.
Never have I ever wanted to be one of the Kardashians.
That's easy. I have never.
Never have I ever set mine or someone else's house on fire.
I'm not that scandalous. Never have I ever.
Never have I ever been arrested.
I don't believe I took a second to think about it, but never have I ever.
Never have I ever had a paranormal experience.
I'm getting really boring in this segment. Never have I ever had a paranormal experience.
Never have I ever sung karaoke.
I have. Many times.
Never have I ever been to a strip club.
Sadly, not one of the things that I've done in my life.
Never have I ever stolen something from a restaurant.
Again, no, I haven't. No.
Never have I ever apologized and not meant it.
I'm sure I've done this. I can't tell you exactly when, but I'm pretty sure I've done this at some point in my life.
Never have I ever missed a high five.
I don't know. Can I just turn the board around like this? I'm not sure.
Never have I ever faked being sick.
I have. Many times. For many reasons.
Never have I ever sung in the shower.
I think it's something everyone does.
Never have I ever worn sleepwear and pretended it was clothing.
When I was younger and cooler looking, I did this all the time.
Never have I ever been so scared of a horror movie that I couldn't sleep.
This is definitely not my favorite genre of movies, horror. So yeah, that's why I don't watch it anymore, because I can't sleep.
Never have I ever pretended to laugh at a joke I didn't get. Never have I ever walked for more than 6 hours.
No, I haven't walked for more than 6. Maybe close to 6, but not for more than 6.
Never have I ever made a duck face when taking a selfie.
Okay, so I have, but it's only because we try to pretend to be a friend of ours who always makes a duck face. So as a group, we have a group of friends. Every time we meet, Arshini, this is for you, and we go, just to piss her off.
Never have I ever been awake for 2 days straight.
If you've been in this industry, you definitely have. Or also if you've been a parent, you definitely have.
Never have I ever reread an email immediately after sending it.
Yeah, that's happened.
Never have I ever looked out the car's passenger seat window and imagined it was a scene from a movie.
Yeah, quite romantic at heart, that's it. So I definitely would have.
Never have I ever Googled my own name.
I have because I knew that I'd be coming for this show and I was really nervous about what you guys may have been asking me, but then I realized I wasn't really famous, so that was okay.
Never have I ever tried something I saw on Pinterest.
I have lots of felt DIY stuff and cake stuff and like stuff for my kids' birthdays, all Pinterest. So yeah, I have.
Never have I ever cried for no reason.
All the time.
Never have I ever creeped on someone I just met on social media.
Sorry.
Never have I ever cheated on a lover.
Must be honest, no? Yeah.
Never have I ever bragged about my achievement.
I have. Many times over. I don't want to apologize for it.
Never have I ever spied on a neighbor.
Okay, I don't think I've done this.
Never have I ever doubted my heterosexuality.
I love these questions. Yeah, for sure.
Never have I ever done an underwater handstand.
I am not that talented. I wish I could, but I've never done it.
Never have I ever dyed my hair a crazy color.
No.
Never have I ever stuck gum under a chair.
I'm sorry again.
Never have I ever lied to my parents about being hungover.
I don't drink. I've never drunk in my life. This is a true story. So I've never been hungover.
Never have I ever been in love with the former love of my best friend.
Apuno. You know. Never. Ever.
Never have I ever read a whole novel in one day.
Done this. I don't remember which one. I used to do it quite often, but I haven't done it in a while.
Never have I ever made a prank call.
I have, and they've been really wonderful experiences. Not for the people on the other end of the phone.
Never have I ever forged my parents' signature.
No. My mother has really beautiful handwriting. It's very difficult to forge her signature, and I have really crappy handwriting. So I've never been able to do that. No.
Never have I ever ruined someone's first dance.
I don't think I have.
Never have I ever gone surfing.
I have.
Never have I ever had a physical fight with my best friend.
If it was siblings, I'd say something different, but with my best friends, no.
Never have I ever accidentally sent someone to the hospital.
Again, no.
Never have I ever fallen in love at first sight.
Too many occasions.
Never have I ever cried in public.
This can be permanently placed like this. Yeah, I cry a lot in public. I've cried, I cry a lot in public, and I, again, don't apologize for it. I think it's good to be a little emotional sometimes. It shows that you're authentic. I don't think we need to have this facade and this kind of perfectness about us. It's okay to cry.
Never have I ever had a tree house.
Oh, I would have loved one though. I always wanted one. We never had one, but I would have always wanted one.
Never have I ever been on a fad diet.
Ayo. Spent a lot of my 20s trying to be really cool. Yeah, I have.
Never have I ever been on a safari ride.
I just got back from one, so I have.
Never have I ever gone scuba diving.
I have.
Never have I ever driven through red lights.
I don't drive. I can't drive. This is one of the things that people should know about me. Or maybe they shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know how to drive. It's one of my biggest fears. So I've never driven through a red light. No.
Never have I ever accepted a lift from a total stranger.
Crap.
Never have I ever spent a night in the woods with no shelter.
Do we have woods with no unless you go camping, like fancy stuff. No, I haven't. No.
Never have I ever lied during this game.
No, man. I've been like super honest, okay? I've tried. I've really tried to be as super honest as I could have been. Okay, so overall, this has been a really fun experience. It's been a really long time since I've been in front of a camera, a few years in fact. So it's been a really nice experience. Overall, the questions can be a little intimidating because they're personal. We're not talking about like generic things, and sometimes it takes a while to process it, like I said earlier. But overall, this has been a really wonderful and amazing experience.